starts at 0. I should start at 0, so that should draw your whole Y. That's fine. So let's try this, right? So let's work out some things. So if we just move to the right, then that's fine. We draw a collision map to the right, which is fine, which is exactly what we should do. Move to the left, it works fine. Down works fine, and up doesn't work. Like, we can now sit on top of that, which we shouldn't be able to. I can now build a tower up to the top. That means we can't move out of here. Right lets us work, left lets us work. Down works, up goes fucking dodgy. So up works in the case of the new Y value being less than the old Y value, which is here. No, if the new Y value is less than the old Y value, yeah, then you'll get a less than 0 value. Right, so that's that one. So what we're doing here is the X value is fine. That doesn't need changing. It's to do with what goes on in the Y. So what you need to do is test if the new Y value is colliding, which is fine. It's doing that. It's working out that it can move. What it needs to do is set the old one, the old Y value at the bottom. That's Y. Here you need to do that plus H minus 1, and that should draw the new H value properly. So now if we go down, when we go up again, yeah, that works. So now all our directions individually work. When we do move together is when it goes dodgy. So what's happening there is it's testing the X value separately to the Y value. So it's going to test if the X value moves. It lets the X value move, but now the Y value is different as well. Let's come into entity to see how we're sending this to move. So when we're testing the X value, we're testing the new X value as that plus X, which we should be, which is good. And then we're sending it the current Y value, whereas we probably should send it the new Y value. Because then it's going to work out... No, because then it should move it to the right first and then move it down. That's what it should do. That should be fine. My god. So yeah, we're moving it to the right or left first and then up or down as according, which is right, is what we should be doing. But for some reason it is leaving these lines when I'm moving diagonal lines. Like, you can see I think it does it. Does it happen in both directions? It happens in that direction, it happens in that direction. Now if we put down, and yeah, it does it in that one. Let's just move down so I can actually get out of here again. Yeah, it does it in all 4 directions, like diagonal directions. And it leaves you these weird collision marks that you're going to start colliding into, and really, they're going to just put you into a hole like that, really. So let's see. That's only leaving 1 pixel lines as well. So it's almost like it's not undrawing a few lines. Oh, that's wrong. There you go. It's almost like it's not undrawing some lines, but when you're moving up and down, it is. When you're moving left and right, it is. It's not drawing them all. So what's happening is first we're sending it the X value. Let's get an Excel page open. So basically, let's edit this, right? Just insert another one of them. There you go. So what's going on is we'll have this bit here that's red, for example. So this is our collision here. What we're then doing is testing, and we're seeing, can it move to that point? Yes. Okay, well we'll set that one to be that, and that one to be that. Can it move to this point? Yes. Okay, we'll set it to equal true, and the other one false. That true, and that false, that true, and that false, that true, and that false. So now all of these, we've all set to false. Correct? Is that what we're doing? I think that's what we're doing. Yeah, so it's ticking through the whole lot. Oh no, it's returning false. Ah, that's why. No, because it's returning false. So if it's colliding, then that's not the problem. It won't ever put the collision in. So let's say we're moving it down to the right, yeah? What we're doing is, first we're moving it to the right. If y does not equal opy, which does y equal opy, this dot y and this dot y. And here, the x is the same, so that's fine. So yeah, we're doing that. So we test to see if it can move first. It can move. So it sets that to be true and sets the original position to be false. But why moving diagonally then does it not work? Maybe if rather than doing that I just increase that by 2. No, increase it by 1 and then start at -1. This could be really weird. It could come out as a really weird sort of thing, but it could also fix the problem. So put that as +1 and that as -1. Yeah, it could solve the problem. It could go out really wrong. So why is that testing the height? Test the width, you fool. Right. Up and down don't work now. Why don't up and down work? Okay. Width +1. Yeah, because you should never have h in here because it's moving the h, and you should never have width in here because it's moving the width. Right, so it's looping this for the whole of w, which is the width of the value, the width of the image that you're moving. And what you're doing is you're testing, can it move there? Yes. Well, right, then make it true. Can it move there? Yeah. Right, then make it false. Oh no, no, because now that's just going to, all that does is increase the size of the collision boundary. Like if I have a look at the collision boundary now, you'll see, I imagine, a red line. I think it is there as well. I think there is a red line. Let's print screen it, come over to here, make a new one of these. 1920. Key camera size, ignore that bit. So yeah, let's zoom in on this. Is there a red? No, there is no red line. Oh, there is a red line above the width and height. Okay, that is normal. That's why it's not moving correctly. So, undo all that. Just change this down here as well to be width instead of height. It doesn't make much difference because the width and the height are the same, but just for future. So let's see, it's still making that corner thing. So what it's doing is it's moving it's moving the x value and then moving the y value. When it moves the x value, it pushes it to there and then pushes it down. And in that time, at some point, it leaves a pixel at each corner. What corner does it leave them? There's a question. There we go. Let's see where it comes out of, if that makes sense. Key camera size. Oh, brilliant. That's not exactly what I was looking for. Is that? No, there it is. That's what I wanted. Right, so this is the drawing thing. So this is its new position, and up there was its previous position. So let's grab this. It's not drawing the diagonals very well at all, so it is missing one in the middle as well. So let's grab this. Its previous position was here. It's moved and then moved down. So these pixels, so it's moved there. It's not moved down first, is it? No, you test the x and then the y. So you move the x, which is fine, it works, and then you move it down. And then next time I'm going to move it again and move it down again. And now in that time, somehow it draws red pixels. There should never be a red pixel there. Or should there? Because you're testing that and it's fine. And then you're testing that and that's fine. And then you're drawing it there. So maybe do what we're doing. So test the x and move it. Yeah, test the x and move it. Because it was there. And now what we're going to do is test the x and move it there. If that's true, wicked. Now draw it down. Now test there. Is that true? Yes, wicked. Right, so we're going to try that. So what we're going to do is put it back to how we had it before, essentially. This dot x plus x is going to go there. like that. So now we're going to test the X value, and we've now increased the X value. And then if that's true, we're now going to move the Y value. So now that should move it along its X, and then move it on its Y. I think. Does that still create diagonals? No, it doesn't. There you go. Wicked. So now we're not getting any of them smudging that we was getting before. Still getting collision. Obviously it's just a red map. Hang on. I can in here set that this equals false. And now I've actually got a level, and you can see we're actually colliding quite efficiently actually, and we'll just collide normally. And what is cool on this, find another entity. As that entity tries to move, it also draws it onto the collision map, and that way, you know, we're just going to collide together rather than me having to constantly test like me against every entity. It will just collide naturally. So the next thing we're going to do is in here we're going to remove the ability to go up. So we're going to remove W. We're also going to remove the ability to go down. Okay, so now we're just going left and right. What we're going to do by default is that Y++. This will add a gravity sense. So now if I run it, you'll see we'll fall. We can move left and right still while in the air. I can stop that as well. And now as I walk off the edge here, we'll fall again. We'll fall down there. And I can't jump. So now once I'm down, I'm down. But I can put a jump in. So if handler dot, no, sorry, if h dot get key event dot vk space. So now if you press space, what you're going to do, jump equals true, jump timer equals null, right? So now these are two variables which we're going to put up here in boolean jump and int jump timer. Okay, we can delete. No, we don't need to. We need to have that. We don't need that inner sign bracket anyway. So, right, and now what we're going to do is put here if not jump. Essentially, we're going to put Y++. So if you're not jumping, then have gravity. Else, so now if you're jumping, what we're going to do is Y minus minus. And then jump timer plus plus. If jump, so how many, if jump timer is greater than or equal to, so now each block's 32. When you press jump, you're going to increase by 1 every time. When you reach, what do we want to do? We want it to jump 1 block or 2? 1 block, I think. Is that going to be enough? Is 1 block going to be enough? I think 1 block's going to be enough at the minute. We need to balance all the speeds and everything anyway. So we're going to set this to 33. Otherwise, it's going to be kind of hard because you're going to have to, and actually, we'll set this to 40. So otherwise, you're going to have to like try and jump up and stuff like that, and it's just going to be almost impossible. So this way, we'll do jump equals false when jump timer equals 40. So now when we play, what's going to happen? We're decreasing. Okay, so we're going to do this like so. Now we can jump. Now the problem we do have when we jump is I can just hold space now, and then you'll just fall. So all we do is if that and not jump. So where we're adding the space bit, we put and not jumping. This way we can't jump. We can jump. Why can we jump? If and not jump. Because and jump timer is not less than, so it's greater than or equal to 80. The reason we're going to test if jump timer is greater than or equal to 80, which it's not in a minute. Oh no, because it's still just going to increase and it's going to be 80. And here, jump timer plus plus. Oh no, not that. On that, right. So what's going to happen here? We're going to fall back down to the earth. this way, we've fallen more than 2 blocks. You have to fall 2 blocks originally to be able to jump. And then once you've jumped once, you can jump again. Because it takes 40 ticks to be able to jump all the way to the top, and 40 ticks to land as well. So what it does mean is if you're falling, you can have a sort of double jump effect, like this, which is a bit weird. I'm going to need to work out a way to work out when you've landed. Even actually if... Oh, what could be cool, so, is to have a way to tell you whether you've collided on the X or the Y. So the super variable is going to be able to tell you whether you've collided on the X or the Y, and if you've collided on the Y, if you've collided on the Y, it will tell you you've landed, and then it will let you jump again. But that could cause a problem of if you hit the top, you could basically just try and get to the top and slide all the way along, which that could be a big problem. But that's going to be a better way of doing it than the way I've got it in the minute, I think. But nonetheless, I think I'm going to leave it there anyway, guys. As you've seen, we've made a level now. We've got a little character. Alright, it's only a circle for now, but it's better than nothing. Oh, wicked. So, yeah, we can actually try and do this now. So we can jump up here. We can jump up here. And we can now jump. We can't jump across that gap yet because the jump ain't big enough. We can... Oh, we can use our spectacular sort of double jump effect that we've got. And then we're just going to have to try and work out a way to get even higher. But I don't think that's going to be much use to us. Because it's sort of like you can jump to here. You can always jump up 1 block. So you're just going to be able to constantly jump up that 1 block every time. I don't know. I wonder if you can make up this end. Because we're doing it at 40. So this should in theory be 64. So you shouldn't be able to jump up here. No, you can't. So if you get down here, you are stuck. Which is wicked. That's exactly what we want. Well, it's not what we want. We don't want people getting stuck. But it's exactly what we wanted in that sense. Because now you can't jump up 2 blocks. You can jump up 1. I am going to leave it there, guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for sticking with me with this. Yeah, please check back next time. I'm going to do some more stuff for this. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'll plan it out next time so I know exactly what I'm doing on the stream. If you didn't watch this on stream, you are watching this on YouTube, please make sure to check out the stream when I go live. You can either do that by following the stream that side there. Just go on that bit and just follow the channel. Or if you subscribe to me at Hold Films, where's my link there? At holdfilms.com on YouTube. If you subscribe to me on there, I always put a live out video, so I'll put a live now video on when I'm live. Thanks for watching, guys. Please check out next time, and I'll see you next time. Bye.